Pakistan's federal budget for fiscal year 2024-25, totaling around Rs 18 trillion, will be unveiled on June 12th, featuring new taxes on luxury items and raising the GST from 18% to 19%. NEPRA has announced a rise in electricity rates by up to Rs 3.76 per unit to recover over Rs 46 billion from consumers, mainly due to capacity charges for idle power plants, with the adjustments applied from June to August 2024. The Islamabad High Court has halted the execution of 5 former naval officers sentenced for corruption, citing concerns over the fairness of their trial and access to crucial evidence, deferring the case until July 1, 2024. Pakistan has received $2.8 billion of the $11 billion pledged to the Geneva Conference for flood relief, but only half of this amount has been spent on the affected populations, with the remainder used for budget financing. Opposition leaders from the six-party alliance Tehreek-e-Tahaffuz-e-Ain-e-Pakistan accused the government of neglecting promises to the merged districts of former FATA, including closing borders with Afghanistan, which affects local trade. The Pakistan Stock Exchange experienced a sharp decline, dropping over 900 points during Tuesday's trading to close at 74,666.65, largely due to concerns over the upcoming budget, potentially increasing taxes and impacting investor sentiment. Prime Minister Shehbaz began a 5-day visit to China, starting in Shenzhen, to inaugurate the second phase of the CPEC project and sign several bilateral agreements. The Supreme Court of Pakistan remains divided over its January 13th ruling that denied the PTI the bat electoral symbol, as it upheld an earlier Election Commission decision during a contentious hearing. The Zil-Hajj moon, marking the onset of the Islamic month preceding Eid al-Adha, is expected to be sighted on June 7th, with Eid celebrations anticipated on June 17th. India's latest election results reveal significant shifts, with the BJP winning 240 seats, falling short of an outright majority, but securing a coalition lead, while the opposition India alliance, spearheaded by Congress, secured 222 seats. In Azad Jammu and Kashmir, protests erupted as Narendra Modi claimed victory in India's elections, with locals expressing concerns over increased repression in Indian-occupied Kashmir following Modi's previous actions. US President Joe Biden will be sending senior advisor Brett McGurk to the Middle East this week to push for a hostage deal between Israel and Hamas and a ceasefire, as well as address the situation in Rafah, southern Gaza. President Joe Biden has announced a new policy that largely bans asylum for migrants illegally crossing the US-Mexico border, set to be enforced immediately after midnight, with exceptions including unaccompanied children and individuals facing serious threats. The Slovenian parliament voted to recognize an independent Palestinian state, joining other EU members like Sweden and Hungary. US stocks closed mostly unchanged, despite weak labor market data, boosting hopes for a Federal Reserve interest rate cut. Max O'Dowd scored an unbeaten 54, leading the Netherlands to a 6-wicket win over Nepal in their T20 World Cup Group D match. Kanye West is facing a lawsuit filed by former assistant Lauren Pishotta, alleging sexual harassment, breach of contract, and wrongful termination.